Hi guys, today we're going to be drawing a kawaii bunny rabbit, and this is going to be really easy. So as always, what we do first, let me look for my favorite pencil. It's going to be in sketching and it's going to be called Peppermint. That's my favorite pencil right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and draw a box around. I'm going to map out on my paper where I want my drawing to start and where I want it to end. And in here, I'm going to mark where I want the head to kind of stop. I want the head to be from all the way up top, and it's going to cover all the way almost down onto the paper. So I'm going to mark where I want my ears to go. And I want it to have these long fluffy ears and a huge kind of flattened out head like this. So this is looking already. I have to tie down my proportions first. So these are my proportions, and I want the ears to go all the way, almost popping off the page, and I want it to have a small body down here, a small body where I'm going to put the hands, kind of hanging his hands out, like kind of lazy but also curious, ready to jump. So I want him to hang his hands down here, and of course the feet are going to be coming off of here, like so. The thumb body feet is going to have a little bit of a body connector here, and this is going to jump off on this side as well, like that. So the tool that I want to use today in Procreate is going to be the tool called Symmetry, where I actually draw one side of the piece of work while it replicates itself on the other side. So we're going to explore that in a minute. But first, let me kind of tie down where I want my bunny rabbit to kind of, the looks of it to be. And then I will activate the, Symmetry tool, especially in the inking phase, so that way I'll just know where I want everything to replicate itself on the other side. So that way you're gonna do work only on one side of the drawing, and it's going to be replicated on the other side. That way you do half the work. You don't have to do all the work when you have all these tools at your fingertips. So I'm marking in where I want the eyes to be, and I'll give it a cute little nose in here. So this is how I start brainstorming the image that I want to draw, and then slowly by slowly it develops from what I have. I keep developing the image slowly as I go, but I don't have the vision for the entire thing while I'm starting out to draw. I kind of have a picture of what I want it to look like, but I kind of develop it as I go, and that's very important. So now you can see it starting to show up on the page. So what is going to go ahead and happen, I'm going to go on the top layer. I'm going to lower the opacity of that one in there, and now I'm going to start to create a real sketch. But now I'm going to go ahead and bring the drawing guides, where we canvas drawing guides and edit drawing guides. I want symmetry, and smack bang in the middle is where I want it. So now I already see the nice part of this drawing that I wanted to replicate on the other side. So what's going to go ahead and happen, I'm going to go on the layer of the sketch that I created first, select it, move it over a little bit until it's symmetrically located, like right there. And I'll go ahead and bring my pencil, and I'll start now drawing the features that I want to replicate on the other side. I want this ear to show up on the other side. So let me go on the layer that I have the assisted drawing on, and I will start mapping up where I want my sketch to kind of look like. And you can see already it's starting to draw itself on the other side. So all you have to do is work on one part of this, and it will replicate itself on the other side. So I'm going to bring this fluffy ear in here like this. And of course there is that part of the inside of the ear, and I want this to go down here. So even from the sketch phase, you could already see that I'm using the symmetry tool, and it's helping me out to replicate the image on the other side. So a little bit of fur in here, and I kind of don't want this to be in here, so I want this to go down here like so. And now his cheeks, I want them to puff out a little bit and go all the way cut across. And you can tell already we're starting to have kind of a vivid sketch. Now, up top here on his head, I don't want it to be symmetrical, so that's where you draw the line. This one, I want his hair to be popping on one side, so I'm going on a different layer, and I'm blocking in the hair the way I want it, because I don't want this to be symmetrical. If it was on the assisted layer, this is what it would look like. So it would be going either way like that. I don't want that. That's why I took it to a different layer. I want the eyes to be symmetrical. I want him to have the same eyes. I hate those eyes, so I'm gonna draw one like this, and I'm gonna give it a little bit of a pop down here, but I'm gonna cut it to make him look even more excited, like so. I'm gonna give him a cute little button nose. That's cute. And of course the lip is just gonna be a cute little line popping off like so. A little bit of whiskers over there. Not too much whiskers, because if I give him too much whiskers, it's gonna look like a cat when I want to actually draw a kawaii bunny, not a cat. So I'm gonna give him those, and let's give him a few whiskers in there, about just 3 of them. Those will be good. Lashes, and now I can start blocking in his hand. I want to give about 3 fingers on the pole, and I'm going to give him a little bit of a fluff where he would have had the elbow if he was human. I want to give him a little bit of fluff to show that he's fluffy. That's why I do this right here, just to give him a little bit of a fluff in there. Cut this off, and of course we gotta draw in the foot, a bunny foot. So this, what I should do is I should give him a little bit of the toes there, and it's gonna come and anchor where the hand is. And of course now we're cutting off his belly, and there you go. now you have a sketch of your cute little guy here. Put some oozes in the eyes over there to make him look even cuter. So now you have the sketch tied down. And now when we go all the way to inking, it's going to be a lot easier. So I'm going to go ahead and knock down, I'm going to go ahead and knock down the opacity for that layer that we just created. And this layer too that has the hair on it, knock it down. Add another one there. And then I'm just still going to bring drawing assist on the layer that I'm going to be putting the ink on. And I want the opacity to be high. The opacity all the way. And of course, what we're gonna do is what we're going to do now is to start inking it in. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring my favorite inker, which is inking, which is just a regular technical pen is what we're gonna use. Let me see. Yeah, put it up a little bit, about 20%, because I want it to have big lines. And now we're gonna start inking away. So I'm gonna start from the hand. Put his paws in there a little bit. Now, here's the beauty of drawing digitally, is that I can actually zoom in, which you wouldn't do on paper. So I can actually zoom in and be a little bit more precise with my lines. Let me go ahead and carve this off, and of course the line correction there, which you would use a ruler if you were to be drawing on paper. So sometimes I don't want to use line correction too much. I want it to have kind of a natural feeling to it. So I just draw them in. Oh, those are horrible. Yeah, those lines were horrible. I want it to be a little bit pointy, but not too pointy at the same time. So this is the one I'm going to use line correction on, just to round it up. And for line correction, if you're drawing in Procreate, it's easy. You just have to draw the line and then hold it in for a few seconds, and it will snap right where you want it to be, like that, and hold it in for a few seconds for it to snap where you want it to actually be. Ooh. Oh, I know why I'm struggling with this, because I'm drawing in portrait format. So my tablet has a little bit of a ridge on the side, and it's affecting my big hands. Anyways, that is starting to look really cute. So at this point, I just start flip-flopping wherever I see fit. And that's where I jump into to draw. Ooh, how did I do this? Let me see where to start from. Let me start from here. And then round it off all the way downtown. That's cute. Cut this off a little bit. And for the brush, I'm using the technical pen brush to ink my work. I've been using this technical pen for the title project. I'm working on the title project, which is the book. It's my newest coloring book. It's gonna have about 40 images in it. Let's draw the cute button nose. It's almost like a heart. Give him a little bit of whisker pointers over there. And let's draw this in the ears. The ears seem to be like one line going all the way across and bringing it back, tying it to where it attaches to his body. I mean to his head. Oh, I hate that line. Yeah, that's so much better. And of course, let's go ahead and put the whiskers in. And now for the hair, we're gonna go ahead and add another layer, because remember, we don't want this hair to be symmetrical. This is why I keep adding a different layer for the hair. I don't want it to be symmetrical. I want it to stand out on its own. And that looks pretty good. So there we go. Our crazy bunny is all inked in. So if I can turn off those layers, you can see exactly what we're working with here. I'm gonna go back on this layer. I'm gonna delete something that I see over there. And now to color it in is gonna be easy. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and create a layer. First of all, let me take the assisting off of this one, and I'll merge those two to get one ink layer. I'm gonna create another layer on top of it, bring the ink layer on top, and a new layer that I just created where I'm gonna put the color. It doesn't need to be assisted. I don't want the assisting on anymore. So take the assisting off of all the layers. And now I'm gonna go ahead and turn the ink layer into reference so I can be able to drop in my color. Now for this bunny, I'm going to use the same color palette that I used for my unicorns. It's going to be this pinkish brown color palette that you're seeing on the screen right now. And I'll just dive right in. So I'm gonna go for the eyes right away first this time. I choose a dark color for them and just drop that in. Just drop that in right away. I'm gonna go for a pinkish nose and make it darker too. That looks pretty good. And for his body, this is now the biggest decision. I have to test out different furs to see which one is gonna work. Let's try this brown. Oof. Let me me put it in the whole body and see what it looks like, if I like it or not. Do I like that? Oof. Let me duplicate that layer. Duplicate. And try out a different color and see. Let me try this. And let me try this lilac-ish kind of color and see what it looks like. Pinkish. This is where now I start playing around with the colors to see what I like most. So I actually kind of like the pinkish more than the brown. Pink, brown, pink, brown. You know what's gonna happen? I'm gonna go ahead and do both of them. I'm going to try both of them and see which one I like the most. So I'm going to go ahead and put highlights in both of them and see what, and dark shadows, and see what they look like. So I'm gonna start with the brown one actually. So what I do here is I'll select the color and I'll say alpha lock. So now I locked in. So when I'm drawing, I'm gonna be able to draw only on top of that color. So I will color pick it and I'll go bright to start putting in the highlights to see what it looks like. So this is where I'm going to bring my painting brush. I usually use the Tamar and start to put in the highlights to see what the brown color looks like. That's the beauty of digital painting, is that you can actually have a lot of options. You have a lot of options. For example, you can choose different colors, whereas if you are just painting with a brush and say watercolor or gouache or whatever you're using, it could be a lot harder for you to change color schemes that fast and test them out and see which one you like the most. It will be a little bit harder than I am doing it here. So if I try out the brownish, and for this you just have to intuitively draw. So I'm going with just my intuition, with whatever I think I need highlights and I need shadows, and I'm just kind of quickly mapping them in to see what the color scheme looks like. So Chubby Bunny is gonna have some light over here on his cheeks. And the other thing is, who says why not? So if you like one color more than the other, yeah, you could still keep both of them. You don't have to settle for only one. You could keep both of them just because you can. It's not like you're losing out on anything. And they are the kind of the highlights, quick highlights. So I'm gonna go for the dark parts as well, real quick. I'm gonna go for the dark parts real quick as well. I'll need to blend that in a little bit. That's why I use the smudge tool. So of course the dark sides are gonna be on the opposite direction from where you put the light. I need a little on here. And this is where your intuition is gonna come in. Intuitively paint it up. So I may need to go even darker for some parts, like inside the ear here. And what I like mostly about the Tamara brush is that the more you go on top of where you even shade it in, is the darker it becomes. It's like using the paint brush in real life, like on a real canvas. I need a little bit here on his nose. So that is the brown skin. Not bad at all. I'm gonna turn it off. I'm gonna go on the pink one, Alpha Locket, color pick, and we're gonna go through what we did again, bringing in the bright spots. I'm gonna brush a little bit bigger. This one I'm gonna go even more wild. Just definitely now I'm a little bit more confident of what I'm doing here. And it looks to me like we're gonna keep both of the color schemes. Let me see what this looks like first. Let me not jinx it. There we go. So all I'm doing is just pouring in some color and then smudging it a little bit. Smudging it a little bit. Smudge. Actually, I need a bright color here. I'm also going back and forth between the bright and the dark color. Yeah, this should be simple, really. And I'm trying not to over sweat it. Let's bring a little bit of that dark color as well. And he's starting to look fluffy. That looks good. You know what? Let me work a little bit in here in the whiskers too. Give them a little bit of a shadow on there. And of course smudge it in to look like it belongs with this art style. These ones I'm gonna make even darker. So the quickest way to do this is just spill in the color wherever you want it real quick, and then go back on with the smudge tool and just smudge it in. So this is the pink one. Now if I could just turn on and off pink, brown, brown, pink, pink, brown, brown, pink, pink, brown, brown, pink. I think I kind of like them. So anyways, thank you so much guys for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and I hope to see you again in the next video. I really do hope you liked this one, and please go ahead and subscribe to this channel if you haven't subscribed. Also leave me the comment in the comment section below, and I hope to see you again in the next video. Bye bye for now.